Browntown. Bershemesh. Baklava. Bukhli boom. Baklava.
Hey! Welcome to Dogs of Browntown, and that was the beautiful language of Farsi, I believe.
That's what that was. Baklava.
Baklava. Yeah, I was like, did you say bechamel? I think that's a mother sauce. How do you know what bechamel is?
No, that's what Joel always says bechamel as one of the numbers.
I think I said Yekshemesh.
Yekshemesh.
Yakov Smirnov. Welcome to Dogs of Browntown. I'm your fattest hostess with the mostest, Saul Trujillo, and next to me is Hormoz Rashidi. Still fat?
Still fat.
Been fat.
But not the mostest. And then we got Flacco.
Yeah, that's right. Flacco, something. They can't all be
Flacco
winners.
Big Caco.
There you go.
I like that. Flacco Big Caco.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to start calling you. Flacco Big Caco. That sounds like your superhero name.
Dude. Flacco Big Caco.
All your powers come from your giant cock.
Yeah, sure.
Even when it doesn't get hard, you hit people with it like a mallet.
Yeah, it's like a pool noodle.
Well, now I'm going to start calling it the pool noodle.
Okay, great.
If you're playing Crash Lands, you could use your cock as a safety fucking flotation
Yeah.
device.
It's gonna be me and my girl. That's it. Sorry, everybody.
There's going to be room. There's going to be room.
Yeah, but don't touch me.
Welcome to Dogs. Boys, I believe this episode, I'm not as high as I usually am, so we're coming in hotter than usual.
I got a J though.
You got a J? You trying to get me high? I believe this one, what are we talking? We're talking about the Netflix is a Joke Comedy Festival that happened for 2 weeks, where essentially Netflix came in and said, we're going to put our stamp on all the shows.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're going to fly out all the biggest comics in the world.
And bump you guys.
Well, you got a midnight spot? It's going to be 2
a.m.
2 a.m.
That's going to be 2 a.m. for you.
I never experienced getting bumped at potluck and not even being able to go up.
You got all the way bumped by celebrities.
Yeah.
People just popping in. You worked some of the festival, right?
Yeah.
You worked most of it.
I'm so glad it's over. It was fun, but I think 12 days too long.
Too long for a festival?
Too long.
Maybe a week would have been
A week.
great.
A week is the move.
A week is great.
12 days was a long time. By the
Yeah.
end, everybody was dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that some people legitimately died. RIP to all the people who actually died on fentanyl overdoses, alcohol poisoning, DUIs.
My bad.
Thank you, Netflix. I appreciate you.
Rest in peace. Yeah. When they close the casket, you hear the Netflix sound.
Dun, dun. Then as they go down,
Yeah.
end credits.
Now streaming live from the underworld.
Yeah, I'll skip. If I could skip your funeral, like a little skip button, like no thanks. Let's go right to you being dead.
Since I didn't get into the actual Netflix is a Joke festival,
Most people did it.
I had to experience Netflix is a Joke festival with commercials.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah, you did.
I got my Netflix as a joke festival in the mail in a little red envelope. Yeah.
And you have to return,
I have to return it now
one
that
show
it's
and then
over.
get the other one
Yeah.
back.
The entire LA open mic scene is going to have like, no, you put that I was at on that poster, the Netflix is a joke little emblem. All right.
Yeah.
That counts. I was on a show. It's like, you got added on last minute.
Yeah.
You got added, unless you got the invite. I don't know, buddy.
I got a couple of those. I mean, that was the only way I was able to do it. You were nice enough to put me on a show.
Yeah, because you were part of the And Friends. You were my friend and you're funny. Yeah. That counts as being on the festival.
Okay.
I picked you.
All right, you hear it here. I was on the festival.
No, but I think people who weren't chosen to be part of the festival like you were,
Yeah.
right? Those guys were the ones who are like, can use the festival if they want as a credit. I've seen a lot of people since the festival started who are like me and Joel, who were added to your show, then be brought up as was just on the Netflix as a Joke festival as like their credit. And I'm like, I don't like that.
The saddest thing in the whole world is that'll be their credit for 10 years.
Yeah.
They'll do nothing with the. If you care so much, I get understanding credits, but it's like, oh, that counts as a credit? It's like,
yeah.
settle down. I actually got the credit, and I'm not like, put that down.
Right.
No.
Right.
People ask me my credits, and I go, I don't fucking
You got
care.
special coming out.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a great one.
Special coming out.
But I always default go Comedy Central because
Yeah.
it's easy for a host to remember. But then there's ones that are like, ain't nothing sadder than when a fucking comic goes, has a list for a host to go, I was on this, and then I was on this.
Yeah, that's
And then
crazy.
I was on this, and make sure I said, it's like, dog. So calm down. Calm down.
Joe
Settle.
Rogan Experience listener?
I was on Joe Rogan in 1997 before it had heat.
I
Like,
shook
all
his
right.
hand once.
Yeah, that counts. That was an
I
experience for
saw
Joe
it on
Rogan.
his lap
Yeah.
once. I was on Joe Rogan.
But no, for real, shouts out to you and anybody working at the Comedy Store and having to deal with that festival. Because
so glad I wasn't a door guy.
Yeah,
doing that.
fuck that shit.
Oh, and the disrespect that you guys got,
the
dude.
disrespect from celebrities.
My God. No, not even from Richie, dude.
Yeah,
when Richie was like, the door guys can't go to Sacred Ground, can't go to the back, can't go to the back bar. It's like,
you leave Count Cocula alone, all right?
I will not allow you guys to besmirch the name of one of the greatest managers of all time.
But dog, it's like literally riffraff everywhere, and the people you're gonna kick out and enforce is the door guys.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
And you door guys haven't learned yet. All you got to do with Richie is like get a little nose Scooby snacks for him every now and then. It'll calm his temperament down.
No comment. I'm just gonna say. Here's the thing.
I don't work there no more. No matter.
I did. No. Well, here's the thing. Here's what's a trip. Because he's kind of a hard guy.
Yeah.
When he says something nice, it hits me like a baseball coach was like, "Good job, son."
Yeah.
And it like shakes me to my core.
Yeah.
So I did the Kia Forum the other night, Friday night, and did a drum battle. Did stand up. Did a drum battle.
Victory.
And yes, but Richie was so cool to me after. Like he was like, while I was on stage,
Richie's really sweet.
Yeah, he's great. We're teasing, but he's great. Yeah.
Tony asked me, he goes, "Hey, are you available Sunday on stage to join us?" Because I won the drum off. He's like, "We'll do 2 drum kits next to each other." I go, "I can be." So my girlfriend was off stage, standing next to Richie, watching the whole thing, and she goes, "Richie, can he have it off?" And he goes, "Yeah, sure." And he like was like, I'm gonna text Ryan right now. You're all good. Like she really like got me that day off, allowed me to go have this other opportunity.
Also, Richie's doing that because he's kissing Tony's ass.
Doesn't matter.
You know that I'm just
Richie,
saying.
my grandma died.
I
You
love
better
Richie.
You better work your
Richie.
R shift.
Richie's a homie, and I love him. But the reason he did that is because Tony wanted you on the show.
I
mean, maybe he also loves you too, but also a big factor. He wouldn't let Tony not get what he wanted.
Possibly. I'm gonna say that I crushed the drum off, and he was just so impressed with my talent.
Yeah.
I don't
that.
doubt you crushed the drum off. I don't doubt your talents. We were just teasing about.
Thank God, because I didn't want this to be.
I want to hear more about the drum off though, because I wasn't there, but I heard that you had a Green Day moment afterwards.
Green Day.
Didn't Green Day climb the rafters at the VMAs?
Oh yes, I did climb.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
One last thing. Well, okay, we'll go into this. Yeah, so I wore my Shaq jersey because it's the Forum. I'm from LA. It was fucking awesome. I did a minute and then challenged Michael, who's a really good friend of mine. All the fans always try to like put us against each other. What a guy. Met his family. Really
he's
nice.
a great guy.
But I do the drum off. I wear the dildo, like suck my own dildo on the stage. Like put my legs over
Wait,
my
what now?
head.
Who now? Who? What now?
I got on my back and put the dildo in my mouth and fucked my own mouth on stage in front of 17,000.
Oh.
And then
also known as his new closer.
Exactly. Yeah. And I usually do like backflips off of stuff, but everything there was so high up. I was like, I can't do this. So then I looked around and I was like, I'll go up. And so I saw the scaffolding. As soon as I got in there, I was like, oh, I could climb that. Started climbing. I wish I would have gone higher.
Wow.
That's my one regret, that I didn't go higher. But everybody was like freaking out. I guess some people were upset. I got talked to the next Sunday.
I think Green
climbing.
Day did too when they did it.
Yeah, I
they
bet.
got in trouble too. That's why it's called punk.
Yeah, suck my fucking dick. But no, it was awesome, dude. I didn't remember it for a lot. I had to rewatch the footage because I was so like tunnel vision.
Yeah. Adrenaline pumping.
Yeah, and honestly,
17,000
the arena kind of
people?
disappeared. Like I went full tunnel vision, just drums here, and then you're in your own head, kind of. So I had to rewatch it to kind of like remember everything.
Was there a feeling where you got out of the tunnel vision and then suddenly the arena reappeared?
Yeah, I think at the end when we went out to the front, me and Mike, it was cool,
that's
man.
wild.
Yeah, it was nuts, dude.
Hell yeah.
So I got to knock off 2 like bucket list things, stand up in an arena and drums in an arena.
Hell yeah.
And that arena, I mean, it's been like all the photos they have in the green room and stuff are incredible. They have a photo of Stuart Copeland from The Police, one of the greatest drummers of all time, Dave Grohl and Ringo Starr.
The 3 of them together?
Together, like
And Joel Jimenez.
at the Forum, and now me. I should Photoshop
yeah,
myself
dog.
into that picture.
And take a Polaroid and just stick it up there somehow.
Have Ringo just holding on to the purple dildo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could take Ringo. You could take
You
Ringo's
kind of
spot.
look like him, actually.
I look like
a
Ringo?
little bit. You got something. Insert a photo.
No. I don't think you look like the nose is what the only thing that
It might be.
What? All right.
Ringo, not quite a.
Ringo, not quite a Ringo Starr, dude. But no, that's incredible, man. That's fucking anything you regret that night, or is everything just great?
Just not climbing the thing higher. That's it. I wish I would have fucking gone up, dude. Like, but now after I did it, they were showing me like those things are pretty unstable. I mean, they're like. Here's what I thought. I was like, I can climb this because there's unions involved. No, there's insurance shit. They're probably pretty good, but they're not made for like
Climbing.
Yeah. And no, it was cool. I mean, it was awesome, dude. So I had just left therapy, and I look at my phone, and I had gotten a text from Tony like,
yeah.
Hey, it was the day before, which I think was great because if I would have known
Didn't
a week,
overthink
2
it.
weeks, I would have been panicking.
Yeah.
And I was like so scared that I almost like was like, I don't know if I could do this. And I was gonna be like, wow, I'm shooting a short film tomorrow because I was. But I called Jeremiah, who's like my North Star.
I'm shooting a short film.
You lied about shooting a short film?
No, I
he
had a
was.
short film.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
okay.
are people involved. I was like, we're all like meeting. And
I thought you like made up, fabricated, like,
No, you got to reschedule that, dog.
Yeah, so I called Jeremiah because he's like, gives me the best advice on everything. And he goes, they can reschedule the short film. He's
Yeah.
like, you got to
Yeah.
do it, dude.
You got to
Yeah.
do it.
And so, and he was like, yeah, so I did it. I asked Tony if I could do a minute at least to kind of like get my face, my stand up, all that out there also.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome, man. Fucking.
How was the show?
That's.
I didn't watch a lot of the show. You know what was fun was being in the green room. I was so terrified all day. Like I whatever, ate good, was stretching, fucking all of that. And then when I got to the green room, there was so many of our friends in there that it was like
Relaxing.
It was relaxing, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, it
It's
felt
just another show.
for such a big place. It
Yeah.
felt very small in the green room and
Right.
nice and like positive. And I had a huge zit on my fucking cheek. And they had a makeup person, and I was like, "This
Hell
is
yeah.
fucking
Dude,
awesome,
that's
dude.
awesome.
Got touched up. All the photos look
I also
great.
think, from what I heard about the first time they did an arena in Austin, where they were just doing bucket draws, from the people who went, they said that the bucket draws kind of made it not good. Like because the bucket draws were so bad that none of the stand-up was. So I think what they learned was like, we got to mix in some of our regulars so that we know there's some good
Open mic bomb in an arena, dog?
Crazy.
That is fucking
That's crazy,
man.
That's crazy.
I would only go if I knew I was good at stand-up.
Yeah.
But to be a delusional, I just started 6
For your
months
first
ago,
time
guy,
on stage, even.
I'm
for
going to go
people?
do this in front of
Yeah, that's
17,000
crazy.
people.
Yeah.
First
That's a
time.
serial killer.
Yeah.
That's a go kill you. That goddamn.
Hey,
Yeah.
we've had one of those on the show before too.
Yeah, you've had. I remember
Yeah.
that. I remember
Oh,
there
the
was,
actual
like,
serial
actual
killer.
Yeah, I
serial
think
killer.
he just got sentenced, so I'm free to talk as much shit as I want. You can't get me anymore.
That's
You
crazy.
can't get me anymore.
Well, before the verdict, I was like, I'm not gonna fucking, I wanted to post the clip like roasting a murderer, but I was like, they might let him off, and I was like, I don't need that.
yeah.
I don't think he was was he like a serial killer? He just
No, he
killed
just
one
killed
person,
once.
right?
Yeah, but he had the vibes.
Did he get the death penalty?
I don't know yet. I don't
Are
think
they
have that here.
roasting him?
No, you gotta have more faith in yourself and be able to protect yourself.
Well, he uses like poisons and
Well, imagine using your
comes in
hands
at
to choke
nighttime,
out a man
sleepy time.
until he's out.
yeah.
You imagine that every morning, and you'd be able to kill.
I wouldn't
easy.
use my hands. I would use my
Your
fist,
cock?
the little
Yeah.
crook of my elbow. I would fucking.
Oh yeah, you're a jujitsu
Something
guy.
like
Yeah, you're
that.
fine. What the fuck? How are you like scared of a serial killer even though you could fucking like get him in like a triangle?
Because apparently he had needles.
Uh huh.
How did he kill his victim?
I think he killed her with. I think he injected her with nicotine or with something like that,
Wow.
and then he.
You take enough Zyn to where he can't inject you with enough
That's
nicotine.
right. You're right. I'm
Fucking-
like,
your
Your
blood
more
is
of those?
mostly Zyn. dude.
stab myself with them and then rage out, and then I think he threw her off a balcony.
Oh yeah, that part. That
Yeah.
part's. It was more the balcony. It was more the being than the needles.
She's like splattered on the ground. They're like, there's
Needles.
nicotine in her. There's nicotine in her bloodline.
You like defuser? There's needles. That's what that did it.
Yeah.
You can tell there was a needle injected into this splatter.
She was so high on nicotine, she jumped. It was a suicide.
The only reason I asked earlier about whether or not you regretted anything because you're doing all of this sober now.
Yeah.
Like the past Joel would do this fucking hammered. So let's say what would you do, like old Joe, do to prepare for a 17,000-seater Kill Tony show?
I would have slammed like a tall can of Pabst, maybe had like 2 vodka sodas in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I mean, the last time I did a drum off was like a theater in Austin, and they were sponsored by Whistle Pig, and I just kept going back, throwing back shots and stuff.
Whistle Pig is a whiskey?
It's a brand of whiskey, yeah. But no, I was terrified. I mean, I definitely had some moments of weakness where I was like, should I have something? But that was one thing that I'm really proud of myself. I was able to like invoke that spirit even though I was sober. And
let that adrenaline be the drug.
Yeah, and then driving home from the store, I was more like emotionally hungover, but I didn't wake up like, oh, what did I say last night? Who did I talk to?
Right,
So
you're conscious.
Yeah, so that was fun, man. It was good.
So you were sober, sucking your own weenie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't say fully sober because I think that like I do treat emotions and like adrenaline like drugs.
Adrenaline's for sure a drug.
I was pretty high on that.
Yeah.
But speaking of that, drugs, real quick, I went to a wedding last weekend, a couple weekends ago in Vegas.
Yeah.
And I was really uncomfortable, socially anxious and all that. And I was like also thinking about drinking, but I had these mushroom things. So I took one. I realized I don't need mushrooms anymore.
Yeah, don't take mushrooms at a wedding, Papa.
And in
That's
Vegas.
crazy.
That sounds pretty fun.
How is it fun? You got to talk to strangers and dance with them, maybe?
Well, I mean, I like mushrooms.
See,
I love mushrooms too, but
I did
setting.
too. They got me probably through the first few months of sobriety of off alcohol. But that night I was like, it was like a tool and I don't need that tool anymore. I didn't like I like being clear.
Yeah.
Here, you know?
I don't use mushrooms as like a tool. Like, I don't need them at a wedding or whatever. But if we're at a party and Kim's like, hey, you want some of this mushroom chocolate? I'm like, hell yeah. It's just going to make me giggly and have fun, you know?
Yeah.
I'm too like when I'm on drugs. I'm too like how do you know the groom? Like we used to do coke together. That's the type of shit I'd say if we were on mushrooms. It's like his uncle. That'd be crazy to do.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I don't know. I have to stay drunk, maybe a little bit weed high if I'm going to a wedding.
Yeah. Drunk, I feel like I'd be more likely to say. To do coke with
Really?
Yeah. I feel like alcohol gets my inhibitions down, and I'm just a wild man.
For sure.
It makes me sleepy.
Yeah.
Makes me sleepy more than anything. I can't even remember the last time I was like blackout drunk.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever been blackout drunk.
Really?
I feel like I remember every time I was drunk.
So you've never been blackout. Like you've never.
I've drank so much that I was puking nonstop and I felt sick the whole next day.
Oh yeah.
But I remember all of it.
Damn.
I remember every Jello shot, and then I remember getting super hammered, and then I remember being like dizzy and throwing up all night. Like I remember it all.
I've had instances.
Just say you think you're better than us, dude.
Yeah.
I know. No,
Sorry, you don't get drunk and you're in the living room. And then you wake up, you're not in that living room anymore. You're in a car.
That's the scariest shit when there's pieces of your night missing in your brain and you cannot remember. It's terrifying.
That's wild. No, I cannot imagine what that's like.
You wake up, you're in a child's bed next to a torta. You know what I mean? Next to that's a fat Mexican lady.
Give yourself more credit. You can imagine what it's like.
I can imagine what it's like.
You can imagine what it's like.
Yeah.
You can imagine what it's like.
I had 2 drinks this whole Netflix is a joke fest.
They were this big.
I took 2 shots, and I just don't like drinking that much.
Nah, it's not as fun as
it makes me
people.
tired, like you were saying.
Yeah.
And I was like trying to be like, you know, I don't know.
I love it.
You love what? Not drinking?
Alcohol. It's great.
No, you don't.
I just can't do it. No, but it's.
Oh, yes.
product.
So yeah, the difference between not being able to do it and loving it is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Like I love cocaine. Love it. But I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah,
I'm too fat for it. It's obviously it's a drug. It's a hard drug.
Yeah.
Mostly I'm too fat for
There's
it.
fentanyl in it.
Nah. You get the good stuff? Woo! You're all
This mullet gets you into a lot of rooms where they got the good stuff.
They also gets me in a lot of fucking caves that have the ones with the fentanyl in it, though, too.
Yeah.
You can go both ways with a mullet. You're either doing crank off a knife or you're doing nice, good coke off of a plate, you know? But it's like I said, I love it, but I just can't do it. Obviously, it's a drug. The same thing with alcohol. I don't look for the necessity of it anymore. It used to be a necessity to hang out at parties, and now, but I use weed as a crutch for that now, though.
Yeah.
So now, but alcohol is just the puking, the headaches, the everything that's
The
involved.
dehydration
The
afterwards.
dehydration is just because I know I'm gonna, and I love to puke. Puking is one of my favorite things to do.
Really?
Really? I hate
I love
puking.
puking.
Wow.
I hate it.
I love just the thought of like resetting your body by everybody get out is the
Yeah.
best.
Damn.
Like when I've been on a lot of mushrooms, like, you know, when you take too much mushrooms and then you puke because your body's like just can't eat that many mushrooms. That's a fun puke because you're like coming up on mushrooms and you're like, and then you start feeling nauseous and you're
Rainbow
like,
colors.
yeah.
But that's when the high comes out. Though, with,
You're already high on mushrooms, but you're feeling nauseous and you're like, you just like run to a bush and you start puking it and it feels so good coming out and you're like, and then you're like, you're done and you like come out of the puke and you're just fucking blasted.
yeah,
That's
where
fun.
you puke and then when you come back up.
We're crazy people.
What do you mean? No, we're not. No, we're
We
not.
might be.
He's like, I
No,
love
we're
that.
We might be.
But I have had instances where I've had like, I don't know, 15 beers and I'm laying on the ground and then I'll just puke a lot and then I'll get up and then people will go, you were gone. You were done. You were dead. And I was like, nah, that's all
I'm
on the
back,
ground
baby.
now. That's
Yeah,
all on the
yeah,
ground.
yeah.
That's the past on the ground now.
Dead cells over there.
Dead cells over there. I'm back, baby.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, puke is the most fun. As opposed to like Sheena, my wife, she hates it more than anything. Where I would just tell her when she was like drunk or too high, I'm like, just puke, dude, puke. We've
Yeah.
had instances of being in public of me telling this a white girl to puke, and she goes, no. People walking by like she won't puke. You know?
They think you're like encouraging your wife to be a bulimic. You're like,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
puke.
You're too fat. Puke all the stuff out. What? It's called purging.
Oh.
I know.
Oh, do you know?
Yeah, I know.
Have you eaten and then puked a bunch?
No. I'm not I'm too skinny as it is. I'm more just like I'll just sit there and feel like shit for the next few hours and then hate myself the next day. But
Yeah, well, you two still haven't done your hot dog eating contest, so
that's true.
That's true.
eventually
Well,
that'll come.
he's been practicing though.
Yeah.
Oh
with that
yeah,
dildo.
at the forum. At the forum. That's how you. That's that.
yeah.
Not many. That's a weird
That's
hot dog eating
intimidation towards
technique.
that was intimidation towards me. He was like, he just wanted me to know, like, if I can swallow a plastic hot dog, imagine how many actual hot dogs.
You wear like the fucking garter belt, but then like you just got a
a
little
hot dog.
spear on it. You put a hot dog, eat, hot dog, eat, hot dog, eat. So gross.
That's a great idea.
No, it's not.
No, it's wonderful.
I
You're-
like that idea. You're a good.
You had a great show at the festival. So
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. They every like a show at the Netflix as a Joke Festival it was like do what you want sort of thing. And obviously, I just released an hour, and I could have just done the hour, but I figured it'd be more fun. I don't see people doing like hosting their own shows. So I wanted to do Saul Trujillo and Friends, and then have the people that I want on there. And obviously, it's people that no one really kind of knows about stand up wise. But then like I was at Moon Tower. I was so focused on Moon Tower, I didn't advertise for the show.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, Netflix isn't gonna do this for me.
Yeah.
I had to advertise my own show. So then I put on a couple celebrities that are my friends as well. I put on comedian Concrete, so funny, and then Trevor Wallace as well, comedian Trevor Wallace.
Yeah.
And then I feel like they drew a couple fans.
everyone had
Yeah.
such great sets, man. It was like, it was also fun seeing. I hadn't seen Felicia go up in a while. She's like
Murder.
on another level now.
Yeah,
Jesus
murder.
Christ doesn't give a fuck anymore, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the stuff she's been writing about her cancer experience is
Yeah.
all like
Yeah.
so funny and deep and like
Yeah. She
awesome.
went up before me and I came out and I said, I don't have cancer. I just look like this.
I saw that was funny. The thing that I appreciate is that everybody fucking crushed. It was a show from wall to wall.
Yeah.
Concrete Trevor, everybody destroyed, and it was like, and then I had Maxwell Farms out there. I had ABX out there. They were out there just throwing weed out, and it was a vibe. And then the whole point, regardless of whether it was Netflix or not, I wanted it to be a vibe. I wanted it to be a good show, and the consensus was
It was
that
a great show.
It was a great show.
How long did you end up doing for your final set when you went up?
Bro, the problem with having a new generation of Mexican audience is that they're so used to the crowd work that towards the end they were drunk and they were screaming shit out at the end of my set. So I
Yeah.
think at the end I was supposed to do 15, I did 8. They were fucked up.
wow.
Yeah, they were rowdy.
Fucked up.
They were rowdy.
I did crowd work. I called a couple people gay, a couple people fat, like the usual.
Yeah.
They like you if you bully them a
Genius.
little bit. Yeah. Genius, original stuff, Stuff that you see on Netflix and TikTok.
Yeah.
And I was like, stuff that I'm like, no hate against, but I'm like, well, this shit is boring, man. It's just easy.
Yeah.
I called, you're Theo. Oh, it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's like you want to work out material.
Yeah, but no.
but they're too crazy.
Why the reason I asked you is because I've been sort of toying with the idea. I want to kind of start headlining stuff, and I thought it'd be fun to do like a Joel Jimenez and Friends in the belly room. I think
Do it.
But I didn't know if you had to do like the 45 or whatever. Yeah.
No.
You did
Do it
8
how
up
you
top,
want.
right?
I did 8 up top. I had a cold open. I did 8 up top, and I brought everybody up and reset the room depending on the person.
Did they give you a time frame in between?
No.
Like or not in between, like what was the time you were working with for the entirety of the show? Did they say like you have?
Because it was the second show, you could
It was
keep
just
going.
you could just go.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could just go. I prefer the 10:30 shows now. I used to be bummed out about getting the 8 o'clock shows in the belly,
Yeah, because
but now, comedy for me is late
yeah.
night.
Yeah. Yeah, because I would like to do that. Like do 5 up
You
top, bring up my friends, and then do 20 at the end.
That's the
Yeah,
old
that's a
school
great
way of
idea.
doing things, man. That's how it should be. But we're so used to LA doing the tag team method where we just bring each other up, which is honestly a genius method for showcasing. But if you're gonna do an and friends, I think usually not the lazy way, but the new way of doing things, having somebody else host and then bring you up at the end while everybody else comes in between. But no, I think you're the guy, you're the show. If you consider yourself one of the stronger comics is your show that by being a good host.
Yeah.
By and I
That's
feel
what
like
David Tell and Friends did, and it
David
was the
Tell and
best.
Friends?
David Tell and Friends is the best.
fucking who does it great is CP from Crack 'Em Up. He's one of the best hosts that knows
He's amazing,
exactly.
yeah.
He's
Yeah,
amazing.
Shout out
so
CP.
funny, too,
Shout out
man.
CP. And
Good one of the week, CP.
Do you mean the comic or Caucasian person?
Hey, this Caucasian person, you bitch. Crack 'em up, yes. Crack 'em up.
CP from Crack 'Em Up, white guy.
Yeah.
No, he's so funny, dude. I don't know how he's
Charles
not a paid
Parker.
regular. He's so funny, and he's a fucking great vibe to be around.
Dude,
Like,
that bit about because it's like that because homophobia in the black community is still pretty high, like in the Mexican community. He has this bit about
way higher in the black community.
yeah, a bit about like a titty sucking versus getting his dick sucked by like it's just so random and out of pocket that it crushes. Like if he were a white comic, it wouldn't do well, but the way he delivers
Yeah.
it crushes so hard in black rooms that you just see old confused black dudes like, why am I laughing at this? Is crazy.
Yeah, he does that Schultz delivery.
Yeah, it's fucking fantastic. The Schultz delivery? All right.
That Crystalia delivery.
I don't know about that.
You know how
No.
all these black comics are doing Crystalia impressions?
I don't like
nowadays?
that. They cult leaders now? What's going on here? All these black
They're
comics?
doing Drake Crystalia impressions.
But yeah, I
What a festival.
want to do it again. I want to just do another Saul Trujillo and Friends.
You should.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do the stereotypical, like I did it like at the Bellflower Comedy Club just because it was a name that my dad used to fuck around with, but I'm just going to do Saul Trujillo and Friends. I don't have to because I'm a Mexican comic. I have to do Saul Trujillo and Amigos.
Yeah.
E Amigos.
Yeah.
Someone it was
compadres.
an Austin, Texas club I love, but she asked me if I wanted to do an and Friends. She was like, would you like to do a Saul Trujillo and E Amigos? I was like, I don't like that you said that to me. I don't like that you said that to me.
It's a little weird.
It's a
Yeah.
little weird. So I'll never do a Saul Trujillo y Amigos, or it's gonna be Saul Trujillo and Friends.
What if you call it the Saul Trujillo Comedy Buffet?
I like that. Nothing but pre-diabetic comics.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
But buffet makes you think you have a choice on which ones you want to watch.
Okay, then
You could stay for a little bit of this
Omakase.
set, stay a little bit for that set. It was a fantastic fest. I can't wait for next year to see what they're gonna do. Hopefully they shorten it. That's my only shorten the shit out of it.
yeah.
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 Also,
Monday through Sunday.
it was just so packed everywhere. Like it was nice last night at Potluck because it was so empty and we got to go sit in our sacred ground and like have seats and be able to hear everybody who's there and talk to, it was like 100 people in sacred ground, like
Yeah.
just people sitting, people standing, and like even when you're sitting, there's people standing like right in front of you, where it
Yeah.
just felt like It's claustrophobic.
Nobody's
and
reading the
gross.
sign that I put up.
Yeah, nobody's paying attention to any of the signs.
And you know who I appreciate? Shouts out to all the cunty gatekeepers at the store, because I don't have the courage to kick out open micers. It's because of people like you that made it a little bit better.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There's some people there. Some pay regulars like that person not supposed to be here. That person not supposed to be here. That person not supposed to be here. Security.
But that's the thing. That's the door guys were mostly the ones who were doing that.
Yeah.
And then the door guys were told they weren't even allowed. They weren't allowed to go back there.
know.
It was crazy.
That's crazy. But you see all these open micers, he's definitely not supposed to be back here.
Yeah.
But I don't have the courage or care enough to go,
Yeah.
get out of here.
I just want people to like me too much.
Well,
Yeah, that's
also,
what
it's
it
like if I become the guy that's kicking people out, it makes my heart rate and everything go up. It makes me suddenly be
need that.
like angry, and I'm like doing this thing. It's like I'm confrontational. Hormoz is like a whole different person.
Yeah,
and I don't want to be that guy.
And
I wanted to just be chill, hang out with comics, meet some industry people.
What a time to be LA fake, Be on the open micer side. Like, what? They're kicking you out?
Oh no!
No. Get out. He's cool. Oh, sorry, dog.
Sorry, dude. I tried.
Dylan's cool.
And then
Dean? Oh, Dean's cool. He's
and you're good on both sides, because then after they think you're like, he's still good. And then the security, thank you so much.
yeah.
Oh, man, thank you so much. That was awful. They're terrible. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
The worst is you're back there and security comes and goes, "Which of these people are with you?" And you gotta be like, these two and this guy. And then the rest of the people are like looking at you like, I don't really know you, dog. Come on, don't look at me like that. Get the fuck out.
They literally look at you like stray puppies you could potentially adopt.
Yeah, it's like no.
Nah.
Tyler and Kyle are with me.
Nah.
Nah.
That one's gonna get.
You think? I mean,
shot.
a lot of it is honestly, it's like hurt people. It's like people think they could just go back there, and it's like you don't know how long I've suffered to have this chair back here, and that's all I have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it's hard for me because the first day I came to the store, Sam Tripoli brought me to the back, introduced me to Tony and Benji and Rick Ingram and them, and was like, "Hey, this is my friend. He smokes weed. He's a good guy." And then suddenly I was back there.
Also, what's it? You could do particularly. You get treated well instantaneously. Be funny. That's it.
Yeah.
Stop coming here
be
with your
funny, be
open
chill.
micer premises and not being funny,
Yeah.
thinking you just hang out where you want. That's something if you're funny.
Yeah, this is actually good advice, because when I came back there for the first time, meeting all these new people who were allowed back there, I wasn't trying to be funny.
Yeah.
I was just grateful to be back there. I introduced myself. Pull out your weed, smoke your weed, roll something for them. Like, be sharing. Don't be selfish with your shit. And then when they saw me go up on stage, they saw it was funny.
Yeah.
And then I'd met them once. They respected me from the stand-up, and then I was allowed back there. It's like, that's the thing. You have to be funny and be cool.
Yeah, and it's as easy as going on the road too. Felipe Esparza, I was telling him, I was like, bro, thank you for taking me. If they put me up, he's like, yeah, it's because you're funny.
Yeah.
If you weren't funny, I wouldn't give you the time of day.
Also laugh.
I was like, okay.
Comics like people who laugh.
Yeah.
Don't be somebody who's back there trying to be cool and not laughing, because nobody likes that shit. Everybody wants laughers around.
Yeah.
I
if something's funny, regardless of who says it,
Exactly, I'll
it's
laugh.
so funny. But there are some comics like that, our level or better. When an open micer will say something very funny,
They won't
they'll
give
go,
a shit.
no. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
It's funny.
That's some bullshit, yeah.
This kid's funny.
Funny's funny no matter who says it.
Yeah. But I'm glad it's over.
Me too, dog.
What's next on what's the next festival? Skankfest? That's in Vegas, but that's you guys going to that at all?
I didn't submit, but I don't know yet.
I don't know. I'm not in. I did apply, but I didn't get in. But I might go for Kim Fest, because me and Kim do the comedy dating show there. And so
I might go
for
be a
that.
degenerate.
Yeah, it is the funnest festival is Skankfest, and I might go again because it's so fun.
Yeah.
But also it's like right now that Netflix's joke is over, thinking about going to Skankfest, a part of me is just like, nah, I'm not going. I'm like, I'm too tired.
But see, the thing is
But
that
it's
you
months
went
away.
too hard, or you just went out every night.
I was out every night
That's
except
crazy.
for one night I had a wedding, so I was out like 4 hours away, 4 hour drive to go to this wedding and come back and then be.
Where
at
the
festival.
fuck was the wedding?
It was like in Palomar. Like it was like 3-something hours away. It was
Wow.
like
That sounds like a pack of
it was like
cigarettes.
by San Diego.
Yeah.
Palomar.
Yeah, it
I smoke
does.
a pack of Palomars every
Oh,
morning.
dude, those are the worst for you.
Palomars give me cancer. Give me black lung.
But no, I was there every night, dog.
It's African American lung.
But what was tight was like the store actually did fallouts most nights. One night was fucked up and they didn't do fallouts, and instead somebody who wasn't a paid regular went up.
I
which
hear
was fucking crazy.
all the door guys. I've heard
was
this
fucking
story.
crazy.
Yes. That was crazy.
Do
Look, man, if you're not
better, Richie.
if you're not a paid regular, if you're not passed, regardless of whether or not you have the clout, like barely clout, what are you doing? Go stop trying to cheat the system.
Yeah.
Fucking regardless of maybe you do deserve to be a paid regular, but as somebody who followed the system, follow the fucking system. dog.
Yeah.
Come on.
Real quick, not to give too much credit, but we were in the green room, me, Richie, David Lucas, a bunch of people, and Richie was roasting David Lucas, and it was pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Even David Lucas
Was he
like,
just calling him
"Holy
the
shit."
N-word the whole time? What the fuck?
No.
That's what Italians do, man.
Nona. No, but that was great. I was like, oh yeah, of course, this guy breaks balls all the time, watches comedy. Of course, he's good at talking shit to people. And then Sunday night at the YouTube theater, Harlan Williams and David Lucas got into it, like a roasting back and
Hell
forth.
yeah.
Harlan Williams was on another fucking level. He was
Really?
like unstoppable, dude. And David Lucas was just like,
You remember some of them?
oh fuck, I don't, because he just does that
So
like
random.
stream of consciousness shit. But like, he was unstoppable because, also by that point, he had the crowd knew his voice, and
Yeah.
so he could kind of
Yeah.
say anything. But it was like he's like a sleeper assassin, dude. It was very cool.
You
to
ever
watch.
had a doctor tell you have diabetes?
Yeah, shit like that, dude. Yeah,
You will.
yeah,
I love Harlan.
exactly,
You will.
exactly.
Sir, uncross your legs, please. We're at a comedy show. Just like there's the plants.
Yeah,
There's the plants.
Or like
Yeah,
somebody walking to the bathroom. Ma'am, can you sit back down? We're doing a comedy show.
So
So
funny.
Man,
funny.
if you could avert your gaze, I'm trying to do my show.
The avert your gaze is great.
I hate your face. Can you?
Sir, yeah, and it's just so funny.
Yeah, Harlan's a maniac.
And I love that his bits go so far, but I always, because it's always the same bringing him up. It's never bringing him up as Harlan Williams.
Yeah.
Which now it's Wally from Fresno.
Wally
or
Wipeout.
Wally Wipeout from Fresno.
Or Bakersfield,
I always
whatever.
go, he's like, it's the same thing. He's like, hey, Wally. Yeah. So this next one, it's a pleasure to bring him up. He's a legend. You got to go, Wally Wipeout from Fresno, California. And he goes up. He's like, hey, that's my son. Or sometimes he goes, hey, say goodbye to my daughter. He'll just say something random.
Or when he
It's
intros
just
the
so
next guy, he
weird.
goes, "This next guy's so humble. He's so humble. He won't even tell you that I wrote all of his jokes for him."
What was the character he does where he wears a dog mask?
What
Have you
the
guys ever seen Harlan go up in a dog mask?
woof woof? No, I don't know.
No, I forgot the name, but he would go up and do his whole set in a dog mask.
Barkland Williams? I don't know.
On a fake name, so the audience has no idea who this guy
Oh,
is. He's
wow.
just up there with the dog mask fucking
No,
around.
I'd love to.
Would
see
you guys
that,
ever
though.
think about doing like a second character, like a Lance Can't Stopolopoulos or whatever?
Vance Gantstopoulos.
No, I've
Can't
done
stop
enough
us?
characters on Kill Tony. I think I'm like,
Yeah, you were. Here's the thing: you weren't even like Joel Jimenez. You were
Yeah.
Joel the drummer.
yeah,
Yeah, you were Joel on drums.
yeah.
That's kind of why you were that. That's
Yeah,
kind of
so
wild.
now it's nice to. That was the thing. I was like, I remember I was like, I had just hit 10 years, and somebody's like, "Oh, you're doing stand up now?"
what?
Yeah, and I was like,
Trevor Wallace used to get that too. They're like, "Oh, you do stand up now?" He's like, "I started it as a stand up."
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
But when you get so big,
Big at one
on
thing. Yeah.
God, he had such a great joke about like tipping the other night. It was awesome.
No, that kid's
I don't want to burn
working
the
hard.
big
No, that kid's working
new,
hard.
but yeah, it was great.
he's a good dude.
But I'm glad it's over. I'm glad LA's kind of back to normal until the next thing. I mean, just because I like living here. I like living on a normal day in LA where it's just back there. and,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Same.
you know, I had Pinch's Tacos earlier and I'm
Hell
fucking
yeah.
back there. And then it's the best.
Did you guys
Yeah.
watch that? Everybody's in LA, the Mulaney show.
I haven't watched it yet.
It was really fun. It
Yeah.
was brought me a lot of joy, man. Him on the Letterman thing was great.
Yeah, Mulaney
Him-
rules.
Him telling Saul he's his best friend.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
Saul
dope.
as a fan.
crazy.
That was dope, dude.
That's fucking insane. I would
And I
lose my
think-
mind, dude.
and I think that's like,
I did it. I answered him like a deer in headlights.
Yeah.
He was just shook my hand. He was like, "Hey, what's up, Saul?" I'm like, "That's weird that you know my name."
Yeah, you're like the computer's like taking a shit in your brain. It's like loading.
Like,
loading.
hey, he's like, I'm a big fan. I was like, okay. And then I walked away. I was like, oh, thanks. Same. And then I walked away. But is it same I'm a big fan of me or same I'm a big fan of you? I don't know. What
He's
the
like
fuck does
sitting
that
around
mean?
going like, he said
I love
he
my
was a
stuff
fan of
too.
himself. Yeah.
I'm also good.
What a dick.
Yeah.
No, it just,
And then John Mulaney walks away. He's like, never meet your heroes.
Yeah.
Saul.
But hero is spelled G-Y.
Never meet your gyros.
Yeah.
but I think I wouldn't change anything about that because I was already. It's what it is. Like
No. And what's dope is I don't think you didn't like go up right before him. So it's not like he just watched you do stand up, right? He probably saw you on clips.
Yeah.
Which to me that's almost even like better because it's like he saw like a large amount of your content. Probably was like, this guy's a fucking monster.
Yeah.
And I love comics that are comedy fans too.
Yeah.
You meet so many who are like, I hate
Because you
comedy.
are one.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
Same.
I still watch comedy.
Yeah, I love it. Like good comedy.
Some
I
of
love.
my friends, I love them to death, but they go, I'll never watch comedy. I hate comedy. And it's either because they're haters
Yeah.
or because I don't know if they think they have a stream of consciousness where they think they're going to steal something. Or maybe they have something that's similar, then they feel inferior because it's something that's
They don't
similar.
want to hear it.
And it's like, Doug, come on, man.
Yeah.
It's what we do. When
Yeah.
musicians listen to each other. Like,
Yeah.
fucking, what are you
Imagine
talking
a musician
about?
who's like, I don't like listening to
That's
music.
fucking crazy.
Yeah,
It'd be
I wouldn't
crazy.
trust you.
It would be
I
crazy.
go through phases where if I see too much stand up in a week, I'm like, I gotta chill for a
Oh.
while. But
Oh, no,
Oh, no,
no,
don't get me wrong.
I've got to
Don't get me wrong.
like somebody
Yeah.
to go out of my way to watch someone.
Yeah, like it either I'll watch stand up if a friend tells me, "Hey, will you watch my set and let me know what you think?" Or watch my set and I'm trying to do this thing and if you can punch it up or whatever, I'll do that. Or if Bill Burr's going up, or if Shane Gillis is going up, you know, or if one of the people I fuck with, Mulaney's going up, I'll go in and watch. Like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope I never stop loving stand up because it's like one of the best art forms, and when it's done at the highest, like I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. So, well, real quick, how many comics did you have on your show other than you?
8.
8. Yeah.
8. Okay, so 9 including you.
Yeah.
Okay, great, cool.
Yeah. And I stay within the time limits. I think we did like 92 minutes or some shit like that. I've done them. I do them a lot with the dirty shows, but sometimes we'll do 2-hour shows, and I'm like, this is too
Oh,
long.
dirty.
heard, like,
Dirty goes longer than that.
goes
80
way
minutes
long.
or less,
I
I think,
know.
is the perfect time.
Well, that's been dogs. What do you?
Let's do a good one of the week, real quick.
You said CP.
But that was a joke. He can't do it. It's good white people. Of the week.
I
do a
think
black
it's just
guy.
all races.
No,
You can't do all races.
Because CP is brown.
I know. No, he's black. All right, he's not brown.
I don't know. Like I've seen pictures of some black people that are like actually black, like these Mike's black. But most black people are brown.
Yeah, I know that.
And I feel like
They kind of. You're in America, of course. They've been.
yeah, the only blacks that are black are like deep in Africa.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to say that?
Yeah.
You're allowed to say where people are geographically from.
So my good one of the week, Joe, the manager of the Comedy Store.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Great
yeah,
guy.
that's a
Great
great one
guy.
of the week.
Netflix is a joke. He was dealing with a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Richie's at Bill Burr at the Hollywood Bowl. He's at Kill Tony. He's literally at every other venue. Joe and
He's
Ryan.
out there slaying, Yas queening. He's out there Yas queening.
Yeah.
And fucking Joe and Ryan and all the people,
Yeah. Holding it
Angie,
down.
everybody,
Angie.
all the management, the Comedy Store, all the door guys, some of the servers. Look at the door guy in me still. They work hard, man. They work
Yeah.
it hard for this festival, and whether it be shitty comics being shitty to them, or even celebrities not even looking at them, like they're the fucking the important pieces that made the festival go.
Yeah.
And shouts out to them. I feel like those are the good ones of the week.
Yeah.
The
and then
white
Joel,
door
you were
guys.
saying Kyle Rittenhouse, right? For yours.
Nope.
So that's all
Nope,
that's
did
all
not
three.
say that.
So
We're gonna have
all-
Rittenhouse on our podcast.
No, we're not.
He's gonna be one of the good ones of the
Nope.
week, dude.
Nope, not at all.
He's gonna come in skateboarding.
That's,
Like,
Joel,
"Come
that's
on,
what you said. You
Kyle."
said you were picking Kyle.
I never said
We're
that.
actually-
Hormoz is a psychopath, a pathological liar, psychopathological liar.
Psychopath.
There's a lot of people. Anybody that was involved in my week.
We're actually Joel's gonna teach the cop that killed George Floyd how to do an ollie.
Okay. I'm gonna my good ones of the week. I'm gonna go with everybody that Tony for letting me do the forum, Red Band, Richie for getting me off that Sunday. All the staff at the store. No, not getting me off. Okay, relax. Getting me off work. Post Malone.
Post Malone, what a cool dude.
What a
nice
polite
dude.
person.
What a great guy.
He's so well adjusted.
He was in the back bar and Tony's smoking a cigarette and Tony's like, yeah, you can smoke a cigarette back here. And he wouldn't do it. He was like, management told me not to.
Wow.
he was
so cool.
Yeah.
And also the best one of the week, my girlfriend for being supportive.
Hell yeah.
All of that.
Also, I gotta
Jeremiah
give
Watkins.
Nikki Glazer hooked me and Angie up with amazing seats to watch the roast. So shout out Nikki Glazer. Murdered it on the roast. Fucking thank you so much.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you to everybody.
Yeah, and that's been Dogs at Saul Comedy on Instagram, saulcomedy.com. Baka?
At Not Hormones on social media.
At Joel Jimenez Comedy.
Yeah.
On Instagram.
Dogs.
Keep watching, keep listening. We love you.
Dogs of Browntown.